Hello, my name is Trey Francis, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here and you are liking some of this content, as I do reviews for TV and film, we're going to start doing film on here as well, and I also talk about things related to music, then please subscribe as I am trying to grow, and also hit the thumbs up button because that just helps me out greatly. But anyways, enough of that kind of stuff. So in this video, we're going to be talking about I May Destroy You, Season 1, Episode 11. And this episode is titled, Would You Like to Know the Sex? So we open up with Terry, Bella, and Kwame. They're in Kwame's class. Remember a few episodes ago we saw, or maybe early in the season, we saw that Kwame does this like dance, like aerobics dance, like workout class. And so they're in it, they're loving it. And as they finish up, Terry gets a ding on her phone, so she goes and she checks it, and it's apparent. She starts to sort of like, I don't know, the thought would hyperventilate or if she's having like an anxiety attack. However, her friends rush over and like, hey, like, what's going on? Are you okay? Are you okay? And she's like, I booked a job. And I was like, child, the way she's acting, like, that's legit, because the way that they'll be trying to book us, the way they don't be trying to book us, child, like, it took a while. Like, it took, and when I was out in, being out of LA, it's difficult, and I booked a couple little things, but I wasn't doing all of this, and so each little moment feels like heaven, because you're just like, wait, they want me to show up and be on camera and do this thing? So yeah, that's the life of acting and all the other stuff in this entertainment business. For some people, that shit difficult. But anyways, so she's excited about that. And then we go over, everyone's at Bella's place. Bella sort of locked herself away in her bathroom. She's reading this book. It's this young author who I guess she's enthralled by like what's inside of it, and so she's like tucked away. Her friends are outside, and Kwame's kind of going through like this crisis, if you will, of sort of not feeling good enough, not feeling like a good person, not understanding why someone like Tyrone, who is loving and charming and caring and very much so attuned to like seeing someone else and like seeing an individual and accepting that person for who they are. He's that type of he's that good. So whatever. He's the type of person that you want to see. You know what I mean? And I get this sense that Kwame feels like a fraud. Like he feels like I'm not who he think I am, and I don't know why he's showing me love. Like, I don't know why he's sticking around. You know what I mean? That's how Kwame feels. And so I'm in this moment, I'm just thinking like, Kwame, don't self-sabotage. Don't go fuck this shit up. Like, you don't need, like, no one needs. But I mean, in his case, since he is, there is this validation, there is this search that he's on. I'm like, why not be with someone, just one person, and have that be it? And you know what I mean? Like, you get what I'm saying. So anyways, so all of a sudden, Bella rushes out because she finished this book, and she's like, hey, I gotta meet this author. We're both Londoners, we're both young, we're both hip, we both have a publishing deal, and we're signed to the same publishing company. Like, I have to meet this person. And it's like, cool, bet. Like, how about you go talk to Susie? And Bella's like, I can go talk to her, because if I go talk to her, you know what she's gonna ask me? She's gonna ask me about a book. And I haven't been writing it. And Terry's like, you haven't been writing it? And Bella's like, I don't want you to ask me either. So they're like, okay, well, let's devise a plan, right? So that we can get you to see this person, because Bella wants to meet this person named Della. Of all the names, this chick, right? This woman writer, this female writer, her name is Della. And so Bella wants to meet her. And so they come up with this, well, essentially, Terry comes up with this idea to say like, hey, you know what? I just booked something. So Terry's feeling herself. I just booked something. So coming from someone who is booked and busy, let me help you with your video. Like, we're going to make you a video, and then you're going to send this to her. And so they do this video. They send it to her via her DMs on like Instagram. Next thing you know, Bella presses the back button and she's been blocked. So Della wasn't having it. Della wasn't seeing it for Bella. Okay, she's been blocked. So so then we move on over, and so then now Bella's like, okay, well, since I've been blocked, the only other way that I can kind of get through this is if I go up here and I see Susie. So remember, Bella likes Susie because so far, although Susie's very interesting, however, she feels like they have a connection. So I'm gonna go up here and talk to Susie, and Susie will make it happen, right? Right, okay. So she goes up to Susie. It's very awkward for Bella, and Susie's just basically like, so where's your book? And Bella's like, you know what? I don't have it, but you know who I would love for you to try to arrange something with, since we're signed to your publishing company? How about you try to hook me up with a meeting with Della? And Susie's like, that's not gonna happen. And Bella's like, well, I think she could potentially help me. You know, I've been stuck in this rut. I'm trying to deliver a book for you, and Della might be the way. And Susie was point blank period was like, nah, you can't go talk to Della. We ain't having that shit around here. Go do your work. So as Bella's going back down, she can't even leave the building. Here comes her agency. They want to talk, her agents. They call a meeting and they want to talk to her. And basically, she's fired. Like, the publishing company has fired her, and they want her to pay back the front that they gave her. The money that they gave her up front, Bella has to give them that money back. And as we know, Bella spent that money. Bella ran through that money, okay? There is none. So now her agency is forced to drop her because now we're not making money. Like, in the cut of the money that we did get, not only do you have to give your portion of that back, but they want all of it back. So the portion that you paid us, our 10%, whatever it is, we got to get that back too. So now, you know what? We can't represent you. So now Bella's out here on her own, essentially, because everyone's giving her the big fuck you. So then we jump on over, and Kwame meets up with the white girl that he had sex with in the other episode. So I think her name, if I'm not mistaken, I saw this name pop up on the screen. So it looked like I wrote it down. It was spelled Nil. I'm going to go with Nilufer, which I'm just like, but it looks like that's her name. So let's just say Nil for short. So Kwame goes up, he meets up with Nil. This is the girl that he was not forthcoming with about his sexual identity up front. And so they had sex. She then said some homophobic stuff. He then said, hey, I'm gay. She then said, whoa, you're gay? No, you're not. He said, yes, I am. I just wanted to have sex with a girl. And she said, get the fuck up out of my place. And I was here for that exchange because, you know. And so now he's back. He wants to apologize. He doesn't feel good about it. He wants to apologize. And I'm just like, I was like, why would she show up? You already kicked this person out. There's nothing more that this person can literally say to you that would, like, make anything better, I guess. Like, I mean, an apology like that can happen. You can send me an apology in this case through text or over the phone if you want to talk. We can even do FaceTime potentially, but me taking time out of my day to meet up with you in person and get like, that is not going to happen. So I was confused as to why she would even show up to this. But from my thinking, when I saw this, I was like, oh, homegirl probably thought like this was like what he said earlier was a joke and that he might still like I don't know. And then, like I said, she had this fetishization thing going on. She fetishizes black men and their endowment wouldn't be the word. I mean, I think I've heard that be used before in literature, but whatever. To fetishize and shit, you know. So I'm thinking she was on that tip still. Like, she wanted to show up because she was like, hey, well, maybe, you know. And then he basically was like, hey, and explained it to her, gave her the tea, gave her the business, and she didn't like that. She didn't like that he checked her as well as checked himself and apologized for his actions, which she wasn't wanting and willing to do, which was apologizing for being homophobic. So she gets up, basically cusses his ass out. Don't talk to me again. I'm getting the fuck up out of here. You can pay for this bill. You can cancel this or you can pay for it, but I'm getting the fuck up out of here. So she gets up and she leaves. So I'm thinking like, okay, cool, like great. We never have to hear or see from this girl again. So now we see Bella and Terry. They're at the bar. So remember, Bella's been on this thing where she keeps going back to the bar to maybe try to, it looks like she's trying to piece some things together, right? She's trying to get her mind to remember what happened to her. And so she's there and they're staking out the place. And this is the place where her drink was spiked, right? And Terry, she's flirting with the waiter or whatever the case may be. And Bella, she's sort of just bummed because Della, basically, said, fuck you, ain't reaching out to you. I don't know who you, I don't know who you are. And so as we're sitting there and Bella's in this like slump, she gets her phone dings and she gets an email, and guess who emails her? None other than Della. So Della has emailed her and said, hey, I want to meet up. So Terry's like, hey, that's a good thing. Tell her you're free now because the waiter talking about he about to be off and I'm going to go do something with him. So Bella's like, okay. I'm going to tell Della I'm off. And as the waiter comes out and he's leaving, Terry gets up and she chases on after him. So now we see Terry and this waiter. I don't know his name, but they're on this date. And someone comes up while they're in the restaurant and basically says, hey, like I saw you on this thing and like basically on TV or whatever it case may be. I love your story, what you went through. It inspired me, yada, yada, yada. And then this person walks off. So then Terry's like, oh, well, I'm an actor too. Like, what do you do? And like, who are you? Like, let me know some things. And like, he tries to offer her another drink and Terry's like, oh, so we're doing secrets. So Terry dismisses herself in the bathroom. And, she's on a mission and she's like, oh, I'm going to find out some shit before I come back. I need to know who you are. So she goes to the bathroom and she plays Inspector Gadget. She does some research and then she comes out and basically, I'm just going to go ahead and say this and we're going to jump to the other scene. But basically, her date is trans. Is a trans man. I'm hoping I'm saying that right. But her date is definitely trans. So next, we jump back over to Bella. Bella's sitting there because she's waiting for Della to show up. As she's sitting there, we see Zane approach. We hear hello, and we look off screen, and there's Zane. And I'm just like, what the fuck is he doing here? And so as they begin to talk, Bella's like, hey, like I don't know what you think this is, but you need to leave me alone. I'm sitting here, I'm waiting for someone named Della, and so you can be on your way because I don't got time. And so he goes, hey, and I'm just like, hey. And it registers for me and Bella at the same time that Zane is Della, and he's using this pseudonym so that he was still able to publish his book. And he confesses that, hey, Susie didn't want to drop me. Susie likes me as a writer. She didn't want to drop me, and so here we are. She gave me she was the one who gave me the name Della, and I'm just like, of all the names to give someone, you want to give him one letter change different from Bella's name. Oh, okay, so Susie, I'm sorry not to like you because you're playing games, but okay. So Zane, I feel like, feels some type of guilt, right? And he offers Bella, like, hey, I can still help you. I was supposed to help you before. Really didn't get to do it because of what happened, right? The situation, the circumstances. So I didn't get to do it. However, here's sort of like a peace offering, if you will. Like, let me sit down and I can help you. Bella tries to act tough at first, but then she relents because she really does not have, she really does not have any other, lead, like she's been unsuccessful. Let's just put it this way. She's been unsuccessful at, I'm sorry, I was looking at my name. She's been unsuccessful at producing any pages. And so she needs all the help she can get. So she invites Zane to sit down. Zane sits down. I hollered when he pulled out a plot diagram so that she can know how to write her book. I was like, she's written a book before, but hey, he said, look, this is what you need because it looks like you don't understand story. And so, so here we are. But, you can't learn enough. I'm still learning every day about how to screenwrite. I'm still learning every day about acting. I think it's a practice. I think most things in life, if not all things in life, are a practice. And so if you're always practicing, then, you see what I'm saying? If life is a practice, then I don't think you stop. So then we jump back over to Terry's date. So the date is basically like, hey, you know what? If you want to leave, you can leave. I'd understand. Not really, but do what you want. And Terry's like, you know what? I'm not going to do that because if I got up and left, people would think that I'm transphobic. And he was like, well, are you transphobic? And she was like, no. And he's like, well, your meal has just been delivered and you're going to sit here and eat it, right? Because you want to. And she's like, you know what? Yep. And so she pulls out her food, she picks up some food, and she starts eating on it. And I thought it was hilarious just the way that she did it. That, like, who plays Terry? She's also, I really like her. She's a really good actress too. Like, first of all, everyone in this series, I love Kwame. I love the tenderness that he brings to his character. Terry's amazing, and of course, Michaela Cole is amazing. But anyways, that scene, it was really good the way she acted in that scene. So then we jump back over to Terry and Zane, and he's helping her out, go through like the different plot points of a script, right? Or a book or a story, essentially. And Bella invites him back to her place. She's like, hey, you know what? Would you want to come back? And I'm just like, I knew it wasn't going to be anything sexual. I think they tried to make us think that, but I was just like, I don't think that's going to be the case. And it's not. They go back to her place, and essentially she is pulling out flashcards where she was essentially coming up with the ideas for like what her story was. She was the word just flew out of my mind, and I do this as a script writer. But anyways, she was basically piecing all the puzzles of her story together. So she's handing him the different flashcards. He's putting them up on a wall, like we do this on a board, on a wall, whatever you want to say. And you're basically arranging her story so you can then stand back, look at it, and be like, oh, okay, like this is how we get from point A to point B. He's looking at it, he's like, you know what? Like, even though I just arranged this based off of what you said, like I still don't get this. I'm confused. I don't understand. And Bella's sitting there and she's just happy and elated. And she's like, you know what? But I do. So Zane leaves, and Bella's like, I'm gonna figure this stuff out by myself. So when he leaves, Bella starts rearranging things. She's on this high, and she's really piecing the story together. She's writing down her notes, and then she's really taking it all in, and she's in a good ass space. So then we jump back over to Kwame, and Kwame's now on this date. So he had went to go apologize on a lunch date with Neil earlier, and now he's with Tyrone, and they're at this art show. Tyrone's just cute. Tyrone's fine as fuck. Like, anyways, he's a good looking guy. Kwame's a good looking guy too, but Tyrone, like, So anyway, so he's on this date with Tyrone. They're at this art show, this beautiful art show, and they're looking at different pieces and things like this, and Kwame's phone goes off, and it's this girl. At least I think. I'm hoping this is the right person, because I'm like, Nilifer? I'm like, whose name would that be? Like, I think it's that little girl. So she basically sent him a text, and it says, what did she say? You're a fucking pig. And I'm like, who else would say this to him? So I'm just like, it must be this little girl. And I'm just like, girl, okay, let me be a pig, but stop hitting up my phone. Stop blowing me up. Stop hitting me up. Stop text. Like, what is this? Like, go on about your business. Leave me alone. Don't hit up my phone again. Like, she would have been blocked after that. Like, first of all, you already cursed me out earlier. You told me to leave you the fuck alone. You got up out of here. You left. You didn't accept my apology. Okay, like, got it. I don't know what you want to do next, but, like, don't do it with me. Like, we're done. Like, it's over. You're done. So he basically looks at the phone. He scoffs at it. He puts it away. And he turns around to Tyrone because, Tyrone's kind of, we know that what's his face is always on his phone. Which it was like, I know we're millennials, but you always on your phone. And that's one of those things with me where like I'd be upset. Like, I wouldn't let it upset me too much. But it's one of those things where like if I'm with you, I even do this with friends. If I'm with a friend, like if we go out to eat or something, I put my phone face down because I wear skinny jeans, and so they're too tight to keep my phone in when I'm sitting down. So I have to take it out and put it on the tabletop. But I put it on the tabletop. It's always silent, and it's always flipped face down so that whoever is hitting me up or whatever's coming on my phone, I'm not constantly looking at it. No, I'm here with you. I'm in the moment. I'm present, right? Like, what are we doing? He always on his phone. So he gonna turn around to my, where were we? And Tyrone was like, here. Like, can you be present? Like, can you be here with me right now? Like, we're together. And Kwame, he's like, yeah, like, And so he's sitting there. He sees his photo. There's this couple. It looks like two guys. They're all booed up together. And so Kwame's sitting there. He's like, hey, in his head, he's like, hey, I'm saying his thoughts out loud. I want to try that. I want to, I want to hug up on somebody. And so he makes a small gesture to kind of let like Tyrone know like, hey, I am more interested. I see like where this could go. I like where this could go. And so he leans into him, and Tyrone looks down at him, and it was like a cute little moment, which I enjoy, because I like seeing us represented, you know, this community, the gay community. I love seeing the LGBT community represented in a good light and in a good space. And, you know, everyone has their stuff, but sometimes people be doing too much. So I'm loving that they're developing this character to sort of get into a relationship, because what they were showing before, now that is a part of the LGBT, that's not every party in the LGBT community. As we know, there's that sleep culture, that sleep around culture. That's in every community. It doesn't matter, right? However, it is something that is very prevalent, and I'm speaking about the gay community because that's the one I'm in our community, and it's just like, does anyone want to? Can we date? Can we go on a date? Can we be exclusive? Can we commit to each other? Can it just be you and I, you and me, we, us? Like, can we do that? Well, okay. So then we jump back over. We see Bella and Terry. They're sitting outside of the bar again. And as they're sitting there, these two men walk into the restaurant, the bar or whatever, and they go sit at the bar and the counter, and Bella looks, because she's just like, wait. And so then we get like this imagery of like this flashback of her brain like piecing the puzzles together, and she realizes that these two men, it was a black guy and it was a white guy, they spiked her drink. So they saw that she was vulnerable. She was already on all these different drugs and she had been drinking a lot. They spiked her drink. They saw Bella headed towards the door to try to leave, and then they went and swooped her up, and they took her to some gross place. I don't even know where this place was. They paid some guy at the door. So it was like this, to me, it was like this big ring of just nasty fuck shit. They take her to some bathroom, whatever case it be. The black guy is basically like a guard sitting outside the door while this white man is in there raping her. And I'm just like, this is so fucking disgusting. Like, it pissed me the fuck off. So, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's very easy, you know, practicing this acting thing, you know. It's very easy for me to tap into it. I'm not an angry person. I'm a very loving and kind and awesome person. No, I'm kidding. But I can tap into that emotion very easily because of the trauma that I went through. I learned through my acting that that's one of the emotions that I could tap into easily. What was hard for me was to tap into my emotions of like the tear thing, and now, like I told y'all in the last like 3 videos, I've been an emotional mess or whatever it gets to be, but whatever. But it was difficult for me then, so that was the thing that we were working on a lot, because my anger, like not my anger, but my way of my way of communicating that came out more readily than it did when it was like a softer, more emotional thing. But that's neither here nor there. So yeah. So now that we have a face, she recognizes these people, and I'm just like, okay, well, what are we gonna do? So then, of course, it fades to black, and we have to wait to the next episode to see about how we're gonna proceed with, prosecuting these niggas. Like something's happened to them. So we have to wait, and that's all they gave us this episode. So that's all I have for you. But I really enjoyed the episode. Of course, I love Michaela as a writer, as an actress, as just all as a creative. Like, she's just awesome. She's amazing. It's a really good episode. I'm loving. We also found out that Terry, they met up at the end of the episode. Terry said they're gonna be in a relationship. So it looks like she's gonna continue to see the guy that she went on a date with, who's trans. So we're gonna see how that develops for her as well. I was just like, okay, I'm into it. Like, cool, like that. So that's basically all that we got from this episode, and so that's all that I have for you guys. It's getting late, and so I know this light is shifting, which is gonna bother me when I watch this back. I might not even watch it back. I might just go ahead and upload it, because it ain't like I'm editing this video. These are kind of like one-offs, as you guys know. But anyways, I'm gonna get up off of here. I have some things to do tonight. And so, yeah, I want to talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching again. If you are new here, please subscribe. And hit the thumbs up button. Also, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. What you thought of this episode. What do you think of, Terry and her new endeavors dating someone trans. What do you think of Bella now discovering who these two disgusting people are? And then also, what do you think about Tyrone and Kwame? Like, is Kwame gonna self-sabotage, or do you think he's gonna lean into it? I hope he leans into it because they look very cute together. But anyways, that's all I have. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.